Welcome to the channel. There are some downright bizarre happenings around the world right now that you probably don't even know about, but you should. Some can be explained while others are so mysterious that even the best historians, archaeologists, and scientists in the world haven't been able to quite figure them out. Whether or not we know the who's, why's, and how's behind these findings, we should still know about them. Here are 10 discoveries from around the world that scientists haven't been able to explain yet. Earthquake lights. It's lightning. It's a UFO. No, it's earthquake lights. These rare flashes illuminate the night sky when there is no storm stirring, and sometimes not even a cloud overhead. Earthquake lights can take on many different shapes and colors, from floating blue orbs to a quick green bolt. Unlike lightning, these lights come from the ground rather than the sky, and they typically take place before an earthquake. This was the case before the 2009 L'Aquila, Italy quake, the one in Quebec in 1988, and dozens of other devastating tremors. They don't always occur, but when they do, they usually predict a looming natural disaster. Scientists, however, still don't quite know what causes the mysterious flashes. The most probable explanation is that it's some energy released due to tectonic stress, seismic activity, or volcanic eruption. Chitkaya is an impressive rock sanctuary located in Bulgaria. It consists of 50 rock niches in the cliffs above the village of Lisicite, of which no one knows the purpose. How were they made thousands of years ago, and why still don't know. In the area, there are also many other whimsical rocks that resemble aliens, skulls, faces, and other figures. There are quite a few hypotheses about the rock niches in the eastern Rhodops, but each one raises more questions. One of them states that the niches were funeral facilities, wherein the ashes of the deceased were put. However, there is no single evidence for that. According to another theory, the niches are related to the beliefs of the Thracians, who supposedly are the authors of the rock holes. A third theory states that the making of the niches in an inaccessible place served as an initiation for young people. Or does it actually represent a map of the gold deposits in the Rhodop Mountains? The Silent Zone. There's an area in the Chihuahuan Desert in northern Mexico where radio signals don't work, and compasses spin out of control when placed near stones on the ground. It's called the Zone of Silence. It measures only 50 kilometers across, and it is located in the Mapimi Biosphere Reserve, a huge, mostly uninhabited expanse of almost 400,000 hectares, where the flat and desolate terrain is interspersed with lonely mountain outcrops. It hardly seems to matter as we trundle across the flat terrain. The Antikythera mechanism. Did you know that the ancient Greeks had computers, too? Well, sort of. They had the Antikythera mechanism, which was an early version of an analog computer that they used to predict astronomical events. According to Mental Floss, the first of these artifacts was first found in 1900 in a sunken Roman ship that was believed to have sailed during the 1st century BCE. It wasn't until the 70s, however, that scientists started recognizing its worth and trying to figure out how the complex mechanism works. The Antikythera mechanism features bronze pieces, gears with triangular teeth, and rings that all interconnect in order to think to predict the future. But still, no one can figure out who used the object and to what end. Dex spheres in Costa Rica. Some of the most mysterious discoveries in history have been uncovered slowly, over time, since the 1930s, in the Dex Delta of Costa Rica. More than 300 strange stone spheres have been found in this Central American nation, ranging from just a few centimeters wide to weighing more than 16 tons. Neither scientists nor archaeologists can figure out how or why they were ever created in the first place. Fairy Namibian circles. There's something downright strange going on in the Namib Desert in southern Africa. The landscape is covered in perfectly circular patches where the grass or any plant life, for that matter, simply refuses to grow. What might be even weirder is that these barren rings, ranging from 2 to 15 meters in diameter, are often encircled by a halo of healthy, lush grass. While the official term for it is actually airy grass formation, the mysterious patches have been nicknamed fairy circles for their enchanting aesthetic. These are nature's crop circles, and scientists can't seem to figure them out. Lives in the ocean's twilight zone. As you dive deeper into the ocean, less and less sunlight shines through, and about 200 meters beneath the surface, you reach an area called the twilight zone. Sunlight fades almost completely out of view, and our knowledge about these dark depths fades too. It's almost easier to define it by what we don't know than what we do know. Andom Lavery, an acoustician at the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution, told Vox Bayard Pinkerton. Yet this region of the ocean is extremely important. The lost city of Atlantis. Whether the island of Atlantis is real or simply a work of fiction, nobody knows. The History Channel calls Atlantis a likely mythical nation, but many historians think it was actually once a real place. Plato wrote about the powerful kingdom that existed there in his dialogues, Timaeus and Critias, saying that the island sank into the ocean around 9,600 BC. Some people have linked the lost city of Atlantis to a rather popular tourist destination, actually the Greek island of Santorini, because it was once destroyed by a volcanic eruption. However, the story still just doesn't add up. The Shroud of Turin. Could the Shroud of Turin be Jesus' burial cloth? Some say maybe. The famous shroud is a centuries-old linen cloth that depicts an image of a crucified man. While the original supercooled image of the face might look a bit questionable to some, the black and white negative of it undoubtedly shows a striking resemblance to Jesus Christ, and in 1958, the late Pope Pius Roman XII agreed. The only question is whether the linen is actually real or the work of a really good artist, and that is still being debated. In the meantime, the Shroud of Turin is being held at the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Turin, Italy. Naga fireballs. Imagine the shock the first person who watched a mysterious glowing ball rise from Thailand's Mekong River felt, or rather, the horror. Over the years, thousands of these airy orbs have been spotted rising over the 300-mile-long stretch of water in this remote part of Asia. Reports say they float up to 600 feet and then disappear. Superstitious locals think the burning red lights come from the mouth of the giant sea serpent living in the Mekong, Naga, which is how the fireballs got their name. Dear viewers, so these are the 10 most incredible discoveries scientists still can't explain. Don't forget to invite your fellows to our channel so they also get their daily dose of knowledge.